Hello everyone, it's nice to meet you again. In this video we are going to discuss paper 5 Probability and Statistics 1 taken from October-November 2023, paper 5.1. Question 1. The times taken by 120 children to complete a particular puzzle are represented in the cumulative frequency graph. A. Use the graph to estimate the interquartile range of the data. So we need to find the position of Q1, which is 1/4 times 120 is equal to 30. So from the graph, we can find Q1. Q1 is 24. And then after that, we need to find the position of Q3. 3/4 times 120. The position is 90. So Q3 from the graph is more or less 31. So the IQR interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. 31 minus 24 is equal to 7. 35% of the children took longer than T seconds to complete the puzzle. Use the graph to estimate the value of T. So we need to find the position of the longest 35% of the children. The lowest position of this top 35% of this longest 35 children is 120 minus 120 times 35%. The position is 78. Again, we can use the graph to find the value of T. So this is the value of T. This one is T. The T is 28.5. Question 2. Hasim repeatedly throws two ordinary fair 6-sided dice at the same time. On each occasion, the score is the sum of the two numbers that she obtains. A. Find the probability that it takes exactly 5 throws of the two dice for Hasim to obtain a score of 8 or more. So this table gives all the possible outcomes, or we call it sample space. For example, 2 is from 1 plus 1, and 12 here is from 6 plus 6. Probability the sum is greater than or equal to 8 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So the probability is 15 over 36. We simplify into 5 over 12. And then this is the case of geometric distribution in which the probability of success is 5 over 12. The question asks the probability that it takes exactly 5 throws. Px equals 5, meaning that on the first 4 throws, Hasim did not obtain a score of 8 or more. So 4 times fail. So 7 over 12 is probability of failure. We raise to power of 4 because 4 times fail. And then on the 5th trial, she obtained a score of 8 or more. So the answer is 0.0482. Part B. Find the probability that it takes no more than 4 throws of the two dice for Hazim to obtain a score of 8 or more. So again, this is the case of geometric distribution with probability of success is 5/12. But this time, the question asks the probability of x less than or equal to 4. We use complement to calculate this probability. So it's the same as 1 minus probability x greater than 4. Meaning that on the first 4 throws, Hazim did not obtain a score of 8 or more. So the answer is 1 minus 7/12 to the power of 4. The result is 0.884. Part C. For a randomly chosen throws of the two dice, find the probability that Hazim obtains a score of 8 or more on fewer than 3 occasions. So now we have 8 independent trial, fixed trial. So this is the case of binomial distribution. X follow binomial distribution with 8 independent trials and probability of success is 5/12. The question asks the probability fewer than 3 occasion. Probability that Hazim obtained a score of 8 or more on fewer than 3 occasion. So Px less than 3. Px less than 3 is the same as P0 plus Px equals 1 plus Px equals 2. So we are using binomial distribution formula, Px equals 0. So 8 times fail, and then Px equals 1 is 8 choose 1 times 5/12, 1 success and 7 fails, and Px equals 2 is 8 choose 2, 2 success, so square, and 6 fail. And then we total it, the answer will be 0.282. Question 3. A farmer sells eggs. The weight in grams of the egg can be modeled by a normal distribution with mean 80.5 and standard deviation 6.6. Eggs are classified as small, medium, or large according to their weight. A small egg weighs less than 76 grams and 40% of the eggs are classified as medium. A. Find the percentage of eggs that are classified as small. So the weight of the egg is normally distributed with mean 80.5 and standard deviation 6.6. The egg is classified as small if it weighs less than 76. So we are to find probability x less than 76 it's the same as probability z less than 76 minus 80.5 divided by the standard deviation 6.6. So it's probability z less than negative 0.682. We are to find the proportion of this area. This one. So we need to flip the diagram first. Since they are symmetrical, this area will be the same as this one. So it's the same as 1 minus probability z less than 0.682, or it's equal to 1 minus 0.7524. It's equal to 0.2476 or 24.76%. Part B. Find the least possible weight of an egg classified as large. So first we need to find the percentage of large eggs. It's 100% minus 24.76% minus 40%. The result is 35.24%, or it's equal to 0.3524 in decimal. So probability x greater than x is equal to 0.3524. We can see this diagram. 0.3524 is this area, and the area below the value of z is 0.6476. So we can write probability z less than z is equal to 0.647, should be 76. So z is equal to 0.378. And then using formula z is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma, we can find the value of x. It's 0.378 minus is equal to x minus 80.5 divided by 6.6. So using algebra, we can find x is equal to 83.0 grams. $150 of the eggs for sale last week were weighed. C. Use an approximation to find the probability that more than 68 of these eggs were classified as medium. So the probability of the medium is 40% or 0.4. And since here we have fixed number of independent trial, x follow binomial distribution with n 150 and probability of success 0.4. We are going to approximate the binomial distribution using normal distribution. So we need to find the mean first. The formula is n times p. 150 times 0.4 is equal to 60. And the variance, the formula is n times p times q. Q is the probability of failure, which is 1 minus p. So it's equal to 150 times 0.4 times 0.6. The answer is 36. So x is normally distributed with mean 60 and variance 36. And then we need to find the probability x greater than 68. And then we change it into z value, probability z greater than 68.5 minus 60 divided by square root of 36. Here we use correction. 68 becomes 68.5. The explanation is in this diagram. So since we don't have equal sign here, the 68 is not included, so the shaded area only this part. So we use 68.5 after corrected. So the value of z is 1.417. The probability z greater than 1.417 is the same as 1 minus probability z less than or equal to 1.417, and then we use the table. It will be 1 minus 0.9217. The answer is 0.0783. Question 4. The times to the nearest minute of 150 athletes taking part in the charity run are recorded. The results are summarized in the table below. A. Draw a histogram to represent this information. So students, to draw histogram, first we need to find the frequency density. Frequency density is the frequency divided by the class width. The class width is the upper boundary minus the lower boundary. For example, in the first class, the upper boundary is 120.5, while the lower boundary is 100.5. So the class width for the first class is 120.5 minus 100.5. It's equal to 20. And the class width, for the frequency density for the first class is 18 divided by 20, which is equal to 0.9. For the second class, the upper boundary is 130.5 and the lower boundary is 120.5. So the class width is 10. You can do the same thing to other class. This is the histogram. The horizontal axis is the time in minutes, and the vertical axis is the frequency density. As the information, the area for each rectangle show the frequency. Part B. Calculate estimates for the mean and standard deviation of the times taken by the athletes. So the first, for mean, the formula is sigma x times f divided by sigma f. X here is the midpoint of each class. The midpoint for the first class is 110.5. We can obtain this using maximum value plus minimum value divided by 2. While the second class, the midpoint is 125.5, and then times the frequency. You add all of them and divide by the total frequency, which is 150. The result for the mean is 131.5. And then for variance, the formula is sigma x squared times f divided by sigma f minus the mean square. So same, x is the midpoint for each class, but you have to square it first and multiply by the frequency. So 110.5 times 18 plus 125.5 times 48 up to the last class 153.53 squared times 18 divided by the total frequency 150 and minus the mean square 131.5 square. The result for the variance is 137.54. So the standard deviation is square root of variance. It's 11.7. So now we continue to question number 5. A red spinner has 4 sides labeled 1, 2, 3, 4. When the spinner is spun, the score is the number on the side on which it lands. The random variable x denotes this score. The probability distribution table for x is given below. Show that P is equal to 0.12. So students, in order for the probability distribution to be valid, the total probability must be 1. So the equation is 0.28 plus P plus 2P plus 3P is equal to 1. So 6P is equal to 0.72 and P is equal to 0.12. A fair blue spinner and a fair green spinner each have 4 sides labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4. All 3 spinners, red, blue, and green, are spun at the same time. Part B. Find the probability that the sum of the 3 scores is 4 or less. So this question asks to find probability S less than or equal to 4. There are 2 possibilities. They are probability S is equal to 3 or probability S is equal to 4. For probability S is equal to 3, there is only one scenario. It is probability 1, 1, 1. While probability S is equal to 4, we have 3 scenarios. Probability 1, 1, 2, or probability 1, 2, 1, or probability 2, 1, 1. And then these 3 probabilities P111, P112, and P121 have the same values. Probability 1 for the red spinner is 0.28, as you can see from this table. While for blue spinner and green spinner, because they are fair, probability of each outcome is the same, which is equal to 0.25. So this one we multiply by 0.25 square and then multiplied by 3, because 3 probabilities each having the same value. And then for the last one, probability 2, 1, 1, probability 2 here, as we have found before in our previous answer, the value of P is 0.12. So probability 211 is 0.12 times 0.25 square. The answer is 0.06. Part C. Find the probability that the product of 3 scores is 4 or less given that X is odd. So now let A be the event where X is odd, and B be the event that the product of the three scores is 4 or less. So PA here is P1 or P3. P1 is 0.28 while P3 is 2 times 0.12. The total is 0.52 for P1. And then we need also to find P, A, and B. For P, A, and B, we have several scenarios. In this table, R represent red spinner, B blue spinner, and G is green spinner. So PA and B, the three scores is less than is 4 or less, and X is odd, can be seen in this table. It can be 1, 1, 1 up to 3, 1, 1. This table also lists their respective probabilities. 0.28 is the probability that the red spinner land on 1, while for blue and green spinner they have constant probability which is equal to 0.25 because they are fair spinners. And when red land on 3, the probability is 0.24 as it is in the table shown before. So PA and B, we have 8 probabilities that are having value 0.28 times 0.25 square. So we multiply 8. We multiply by 8. And then for the last probability, in which red land on 3, blue on 1, G on 1 also, the probability is 0.24 times 0.25 square. So the probability PA and B is equal to 0.155. Now the question asks to find probability B given A. The formula for probability B given A is probability B and A divided by probability A. So it's 0.155 divided by 0.52. The answer is 0.298. So this is the last question on this paper, question number 6. In a restaurant, the tables are rectangular. Each table seats 4 people, 2 along each of the longer sides of the table. See the diagram. 8 friends have booked 2 tables, X and Y. Rajit, Sue, and Tan are 3 of these friends. Part A. The 8 friends will be divided into 2 groups of 4. One group for table X and one group for table Y. Find the number of ways in which this can be done if Rajit and Sue must sit at the same table as each other and Tan must sit at the other table. So now suppose Rajit and Sue at table X and Tan at table Y. So we need to choose 2 more people to be at table X. We have 5 options, so the number of selection can be made is 5 choose 2. And then the remaining 3 people must be on table Y, so 3 choose 3. The result is 10. It is also possible that Regit and Sue at table Y and Tan at table X. We have exactly the same number of selection for the second possibility, which is 5 choose 2 times 3 choose 3. It is equal to 10. And the total selection will be 20. When the friends arrive at the restaurant, Regit and Sue now decide to sit at table X on the same side as each other. Tan decides that he does not mind at which table he sits. B. Find the number of different seating arrangements for the 8 friends. So suppose that Regit and Sue sit at this side of table X. So 2 factorial is the number of the arrangement between Regit and Sue. And then we have 6 other people that can sit here. So the number of arrangement will be 6 factorials. And then we have to multiply by 2 since Regit and Sue can also sit at this side of table X. So the answer is 2 factorials times 6 factorials times 2. It is equal to 2880. As they leave the restaurant, the 8 friends stand in a line for a photograph. Part C. Find the number of different arrangements if Regit and Sue stand next to each other, but neither is at an end of the line. So first, we need to find the number of different arrangements in which Regit and Sue stand next to each other on either end of the line. So let's suppose that Regit and Sue stand on this end of the line and they must be next to each other. 6 factorial here is for the number of arrangement of 6 other friends. And then 2 factorials is the number of arrangement for Regit and Sue, because Regit and Sue can switch the position. We need to multiply by 2. It's because Regit and Sue can also stand on the other end of the line. So multiply by 2. And then now we are ready to find the number of different arrangement in which Regit and Sue stand next to each other, but neither is at an end of the line. So 7 factorials, because we consider Regit and Sue as one component. So this is 1 and 6 other friends. So the total is 7. So 7 factorials is the number of arrangement for these 7 components. And then again we multiply by 2 factorial for the number of arrangement between Regit and Sue. But we have restriction that both of them neither at the end of the line. So we subtract with this one, 6 factorials times 2 factorials times 2. So the total different arrangement with this condition is that 7,200. Okay students, we have discussed all questions in this paper. I hope this video can help you in preparing for your Cambridge exam. Thank you for watching and good luck everyone.